I love cookies. I love cookies. I love cookies. I love cookies.
Welcome to Cookies, the world's most influential basketball podcast. It's Monday, July 28th, muggy day in New York City. Andrew Quo, how's your day?
Going amazing, man. Halfway through summer, it's great. My favorite time of year. Every time we do this intro, indefinitely. It's an ongoing bit, but I'm doing awesome. I had a great weekend at the beach.
You went to the beach?
I did. Westchester Beach, kind of. My friend has a house out there, and there's like a public beach nearby. It's like kind of like a sound, but it is extensively the Atlantic Ocean.
Never been that much of a beach guy myself.
You become a lot of things when you have kids that you didn't want to be. For example, I used to love watching TV, and now I don't watch any TV because that screen cannot get turned on.
I agree with that. No screen time. But yeah, it's the most cliche thing. Like, well, I don't like the sun that much, and I don't like sand that much.
It's a lot of sun and a lot of sand. But it's also, if you have the right crew, chili beers, some burgers, some hot dogs. I love boardwalk food. Like my friends, like I remember post Sandy, there was a crew of our friends and adjacent friends who kind of swarmed out there because it was affordable and there was big spaces. Our guy Matt Lilly got a warehouse and put a half pipe in there and a skater friendly kind of squat place. There's galleries out there now, Rippers. That culture seems to be aging out a little bit because the people involved are probably in their mid-50s now.
Yeah, I wrote a story for the New York Times in that era, and it was about like the Rockaways coming into prominence within sort of the cool kid
Klaus
society.
Wiesenbach. Yeah.
And it was very much about Rippers and about the initiative where they brought like empanada places out there and all these kind of like little Williamsburgy downtown New York places, and they set them up in the kiosks that had existed for many years, and they started running like the jitney buses going back and forth from beneath the BQE, and it was like a real surfer moment. It's like May Kwok is surfing. It was like surfing is what's up. And we would go out there like, all right, we're going to have Rockaway Taco. Yeah. Is that still popping or not really?
I don't know if it's popping, like our friends would have, they tried to form a community out there. Like,
oh no, we're going to go to the bungalow. We're going to hang out and like with the surfers, and we're going to have a barbecue in the backyard. Then we're going to go to the Rockaway Hotel, and there's a DJ there.
And you're by the beach. Wow. And, my buddy Taka from Gang Gang Dance had a vegetable stand, organic vegetables there, and now he's back in the East Village, and he's kind of a microcosm of that place because he was like, I loved it. My kid was very young there, but now I have to send my kid to elementary school, and no one came out to buy our squash. So now we live in the East Village, we rent, and we send our kid to public school, and I'm back. If you ever want to get together and enjoy some vegan food together, my buddy Andre opened a gallery out there in his garage. He rented a garage in a house. I think it's called like Garage Gallery. Shout out to Jason Aceto, friend of the pod, who's going to have a solo show out there. But there's people. But, we're talking about the wake of the pencil factory news. Like sometimes it's all these factors that go into places changing, and the pencil factory announced that it would close after all these years in Greenpoint. And it's also a lot of heads getting older, a lot of leases with tension on them about renewal and change. And sometimes it's not the G-bomb. Sometimes it's just people getting tired.
I feel like the Rockaways fit into a very familiar paradigm where the idea sounds amazing. It's a beach community, and there's surfing, and there's tacos, and there's an organic grocery, and there's art galleries. And it's like the summer paradise where you don't have to go to the Hamptons. You can get on the train and go out there. You can buy a little spot. It's accessible. And then at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, I'm in Far Rockaway.
It's far for a reason. It's built
Far
into the name.
Rockaway. It is.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out there. Like, what do you mean? You just take the A train and then another transfer off the A train to another train, and you're out here in an hour and change. And be like, yeah, but like the gallery I wanted to go to is like 6 blocks away. I can just walk over there. I don't really want to take 2 trains and then $100 cab back to eat your fish tacos, as delicious as they might be.
It's about personnel, right? Like I am not built. I don't have that dog for daytime brews or bad food constantly or the sun. I don't like the sun. My doctor's always like, you need to get into out in the sun. Like, can I just play that YouTube video of the setting? But other people I know would be like, yo, the A train takes you right there. It's pretty fast. It's just like 40 minutes. Read a book, and then you're on the beach. Maybe.
But what book are you reading, Andrew?
The Chinese.
Like you just almost immediately went.
It's always Mein Kampf. This is a Mein Kampf question. We're gonna get to Sydney Sweeney in a second, but it's always my struggle in various translations.
No, I understood that. If people didn't understand the context of that joke, I was just like, is Andrew just gonna drop like, what are you reading? Mein Kampf?
No, read a book. I'm like, oh, all right.
Any book, just inform yourself, sir. Anyway,
one of the new Star Wars books.
Yeah, I feel like you mentioned Pencil Factory closing, which was sort of saw the duration of Greenpoint go from a early gentrification. That was, I think it probably opened like 2002 or something like that. It was there for a long time.
Yeah, and
it kind of is fitting that it is closing in some ways because it has really embodied the change of Greenpoint. And when it first opened, they were selling grilled cheeses, and it was never cool. Let me just be very clear.
It was a local place.
It was a good bar. It was never a hot spot. Like somewhere like Daddy's. It was like, okay, that's going to be some indie music people. Those are our friends. That's where we're hanging.
With Pencil Factory too, because they service the office building adjacent to it or diagonally.
Well, they serviced the Pencil Factory.
Yes.
Which was the loft building.
And I believe, I may be getting this wrong, but XL Domino maybe had an office in there. So there would be a random meeting at the Pencil Factory occasionally.
I mean, Martinez Gallery, the Rich Medina Bobito gallery space / dance party was in Pencil Factory. Like there's
Poppington's.
There's a lot going on over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And like that neighborhood, I think, is change depending for what you think, for the better or worse. Because now the Pencil Factory space, the bar, will be run by communists, and they will be giving away less gruel every day. The more you show up, the less gruel you get. Maybe some bread, but it's going to be stale and moldy. But it's for the people, and it's free. So thank you for Zoran Madami for helping us out with the Greenpoint change.
What's funny about Pencil Factory is it really did mirror like Franklin Street, where it was kind of a sleepy bar. And then over the last few years, especially post-pandemic, which is when Greenpoint really exploded in popularity with the rise of remote working, and people didn't have to take that Rockaway-esque commute 5 days a week versus...
And the developments, right? And the high-rises that went up on the water, because it took a few hundred years or maybe a few decades for New Yorkers and developers to realize, like, wait, people really want to live near the water. We should not just make it an industrial wasteland or highways. We should maybe put giant skyscrapers there with luxury condos. And that happened up and down the Commie Corridor, ironically, by a single developer that saw an opportunity. And Greenpoint is like a shockingly beautiful place, right? Like, it is gorgeous. I think it's undeniable. But there's like, it's a hard to use location. I'll call you at like 8 o'clock and be like, "Yo, I found myself downtown, tearing it up. Where are you at?" And you're like, "I would come out if it wasn't so hard to get there for me."
I love cookies. I love cookies. I love cookies. I love cookies.